Yeah, right? Like, that's fighting words. But the funny thing is, like, she's like, you need to get a restraining order against this mother. Like, for real, you think so?
Right. And then, you know, it ends up later that our group nickname for him starts with Psycho.
He is psychotic, though. Because then he tries calling me again, which, you know, whatever.
After he calls her a cunt.
Yeah. And tries to be like, oh, you know, is that sometimes you know how to push my buttons? And I'm like, dude, like, you imagine his defense in the courtroom? Like, she pushed my buttons, so I had to kill her.
Which is why I said earlier.
No, I mean, I'm not going to end up on some cold case files. I think not. Forensic files, that's bullshit.
The women who end up on cold case are the ones who, when their friends tell them to get a restraining order, they don't do it. And then they end up on cold case.
That's why I'm known to the first thing that I say is I get a restraining order. Because you don't know what these mofos out here nowadays. Yes, you gotta cut them off. And especially if they don't call you the girlfriend.
Yeah, and then after you get the restraining order, the next step is to get the gun permit and the gun. Don't walk around and not defend yourself, because, I mean, a piece of paper restraining order doesn't mean shit.
Because nowadays, people don't use the club. That's what we need to always have in the car.
You should always have the club. You can knock somebody out with that. You can pull it apart, and it's like two good weapons.
Like you're a freaking ninja.
Yeah, and if you're with one of your friends, you can give one to your friend, and y'all can both whoop his ass.
Yeah, bend him over and the other one stick it in.
Yes, so, and then you can lock up your car, and it won't get stolen.
So it's like
on the way to police station.
2 for 1.
Your car won't get vandalized while you're being processed in the roundhouse because it has to come.
You see, that's a commercial. Anyway,
but yeah, those are kind of some important things that came up. So yeah, if you're in those kind of relationships, definitely think about, you know, if you fall into that category. Because if you do, you're not the boyfriend or you're not the girlfriend. Cut it off.
And if you call a cunt, it's bad.
Yeah, cunt is a bad thing to be called.
I don't know whether we should bleep that word, because that's pretty vulgar.
I'm sure other people in our audience use that word a lot.
I hope not,
especially the firefighters. So, we'll come back to this topic, though, when we talk about our next episode and how to date and not date, and how to be married and not marry a firefighter.
And what is the terminology that you should be familiarized with.
Yeah. In case you ever get into a conversation that's not going very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
is that it for the show today, or do we have more?
No, there was one other thing that I wanted to bring up, because a few of our friends had seen the preview clip and they thought it was funny, and I just wanted to put out that a lot of people don't realize that when Char and I hang out, stuff happens to us, it just doesn't happen to other people.
I don't think so.
And you know, there was one incident in particular that I remembered. We're going to call it the motorcycle rider incident.
Oh my God. Tell them. This is hilarious.
And this is just one of the many examples of shit that happens. And people just don't understand how, like, we don't provoke anything. Right? People just start mess with us for no reason. Okay? And here's a perfect example of why, you know, we need to just be, we need a safe environment to express
either that or a camcorder that we can carry in our cars and in our person all the time.
Yeah, which, by the way, we're going to have on our trip to Memphis, because we are going to Memphis in May. Woo-hoo! To the International Pork Barbecue Festival.
Which, by the size of my arms, I should just sit out, but...
Maybe, but I won't be. Anyway.
So somebody likes to look fat, somebody don't.
I look fat in all the right places, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're going to have a camera on that trip. But what I want to say is that, you know, I want to give y'all this quick little story so y'all can understand the kind of stuff that we deal with all the time. So this is what happened. One day, it's a sunny Sunday. It's after church, right? We were all chilling. We were on our way downtown.
We were going to go to South Street to have lunch or something.
Right. And so we're rolling down the street. We're in Charlotte's car. And there's this guy on a motorcycle
with leather pants.
Leather pants. A brother with dreadlocks just like this. Not a good looking guy, but you know, whatever.
He must have been like 40 something.
Yeah, on this huge motorcycle. And he was driving kind of weird. And at one point he almost hit Charlotte on her driver's side. So she kind of paused the car and let the guy go. So about 2 blocks later, he's still on the same street, and we're at a light, and this dude decides to just come over to our side of the lane and park his bike in front of our car while we're at a red light.
And decides to tell me, you know what the problem is with you, lady? You've always been an asshole.
Yeah.
First of all, he don't know me.
Yeah.
And how does he know that?
Exactly. Like, you have to know her for a while to understand that.
Yeah, seriously.
And
like,
that was kind of rude.
Like,
you know, we all know she's an asshole, but really it's just like a friend thing.
Yeah. But she was on the phone with her mom, too.
Yeah. So this is where it starts getting a little bit interesting. Because, you know, I'm on the phone with my mother, who I've never cursed in front of in my life. And
Which
I
means she
never will.
will not be looking at these videos.
Yeah, obviously she won't be watching any of these shows. But, you know, I'm on the phone with my mother, and I hear this idiot say something to my best friend. And I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
So, Shonda says something. I don't think you just said anything. You just, like, lifted up your hands like, what?
Yeah.
Like, she didn't say anything verbally. And this dude, if you want to call it that, I personally call him a pussy. But this dude...
Rock, you really...
Men who threaten women are pussies.
Yeah.
And I think everybody watching this show will agree. That's not even a joke. If you threaten a woman, you're a pussy. You're not a man. And hopefully no one will...
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
That's right. And hopefully no male will ever threaten me, because he knows what's going... Anyway.
And...
But I'm not violent like that. My brothers are. Anyway, so this guy tells Char that he's going to put his foot in her ass.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, then Charlotte starts getting hyper. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Right. And then I start getting hyped because I'm still trying to maintain a conversational tone with my mother on the phone. And I'm hearing this exchange. So I, you know, went like this. I put the phone here and I went to the shoe. Because I wanted to get in my 2 cents while I'm still on the phone with my mom.
That's called multitasking.
That's right, because I got it like that. And so Charlotte didn't see that I did that at the time. I don't know how, but she didn't notice that I did that. And she started having an exchange with this guy.
Yeah, I was about to open the door, which is hilarious.
Yeah, because we probably could have kicked his ass too, but
and taking the bike.
I could have put that sucker on eBay, because I'm good at that, by the way. But you know, so he starts talking smack to us, and at this point I have to hang up with my mom because I needed to focus. Yeah, it was about to get gangster. Please know that we are not gangster women. We just don't tolerate pussies threatening us at any time.
I'm definitely not gangster.
Male or female. That's just some shit that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, if you get punched in the face, you get punched in the face.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what's going to happen. You know, we don't have to send threats over the phone with other people either. You know, that's how we roll. But anyway, so this asshole starts talking smack, and I hang up with my mom because I realize I need to start dialing 911. Because, you know, I don't have a gun or anything. So he realizes that I'm on the phone, and he tries to pull away. And this is where it starts getting, how should we say, hysterical, ironic, both. He starts to try to pull away and still talking smack to us. So he, I guess, forgot that he had a license plate on his motorcycle. So I called 911 and I gave them his motorcycle license plate, as well as a very detailed description of the guy, how tall he was, what he was wearing, the fact that he had glasses, was black, and had dreadlocks, rolling down a sunny street, on Callow Hill Street, as a matter of fact, in the middle of the day on a Sunday. And what was it that he said to me, Charlotte, when he saw me, when he heard me speaking to the phone to the 911 operator?
He said, you see, if I was white, we wouldn't be having this problem.
Right, it wouldn't have been a problem.
And I'm like, are you serious? Like,
yeah, he said that, people.
And Raquel was on the passenger side, and he was on her side. And so, you know, Raquel doesn't look white. Like, I was just like,
yeah,
like, are you serious?
Neither do you.
No, I know. That's why I was just like, is this mofo for real?
He's seriously thinking we're pissed off, not because he called her an asshole.
Or that was going to put his foot up my ass.
Yeah, right.
But
for no reason.
That, you know, we're racist.
That we're doing reverse racism at this point, right? Because we're discriminating against our own kind?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or maybe he thought I was discriminating against my own kind. Because, you know, I count you. You weren't dark enough?
Yeah, because I like white men to put their foot up my ass. That's
right.
There wouldn't be a problem then.
Like the man has been doing that already with the student loans. You know what I mean?
Amen to that one.
So, I had to respond.
Yes, you did.
Because at this point, you know, I hadn't really had an exchange with him yet.
No. Well, I mean, kind of she did, because he was like, oh, I don't care who you call, blah, 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 blah. She was like, yeah, motherfucker.
Oh, yes, I said, then keep your bitch ass here and wait for the cops to come.
Exactly.
That's what I told him.
Yeah.
Keep your little big punk ass bitch ass here. And